Welcome back to my solo Utah road trip where I visited the mighty 5 national parks. Today, I'm going to share my 2 favorite hikes in Arches National Park. These are longer trails that will take you a few hours each, but can still be done in a single day, and they'll give you plenty of arches and beautiful views. Come along with me as we explore Fiery Furnace and Devil's Garden. We made it to Arches. This is the first stop. I'm at LaSalle Viewpoint. It's gorgeous. There's the sheep rock. Balanced rock. And our first little arch is over here. Oh my gosh, okay. Apologies for the horrendous lighting. The sun is literally right in front of my car. I'm just gonna see if this turns out okay. But it is Monday today. It's the 7th. And I just drove over to Arches National Park. It's much warmer here, but there were signs saying that they're experiencing winter weather and some of the trails are icy. Driving out of Canyonlands was so snowy and icy, and it got down to like 12 degrees at some parts of that drive. And my car was sliding on some of the turns, and I'm worried for the rest of my week just about the weather conditions. I thought it was going to be a little bit warmer, but I don't know. I'm a little worried. So I'm going to try my best and we'll see how it goes. Right now it's 8:20 already, but yeah, I'm just at one of the first viewpoints in the park, like maybe 5 minutes past the visitor center. It's really beautiful actually. This is the LaSalle viewpoint. The LaSalles are this mountain range that I've had in the back of like a bunch of clips. So I grabbed a map already, but I do need to go back down there at 9 just to get my permit for Fiery Furnace and then head straight to Fiery Furnace to give myself as much time there as possible. So really the only other big thing that I really want to do here is Devil's Garden, which is an 8-mile trail. So I haven't yet decided if I'm gonna have time to do that today after Fiery Furnace. I guess we'll see. It's all in flux. All right, see you in a bit. Okay, I am now on my way to the Fiery Furnace trailhead. It took a little bit longer at the visitor center than I had hoped. So I got there around 9:20 and there was a group in front of me, so I had to wait actually quite a while. But now it is almost 10:30 and I'm driving to the trailhead. I'm hoping to be on the trail by 11. They say to give yourself around 4 hours to do the entire hike. You can do just the loop in 2 hours, but there's so many side trails, and if you get lost, they say to give yourself 4 hours. I have 15 minutes to the trailhead. I'm gonna mentally prepare myself. Hopefully I don't get lost. I do feel like the ranger orientation made me feel better because he did say it's pretty impossible to completely get lost, and if you do feel like you're just totally lost, there's enough people coming in both directions that someone will find you, and they like never really have to go out and search for people. So good to hear. I have faith in myself. I'm excited to do the Fiery Furnace by myself. If you're not familiar, the Fiery Furnace is a hike in Arches, which is through just a maze of like canyon and rock spires and just different rock formations. So there is an established 2-mile loop that they recommend you do counterclockwise, but there's no established trail, meaning you can kind of walk wherever as long as you're not damaging the landscape. And you should actually go off that 2-mile loop to find several arches and different, hidden surprises are at a lot of these dead ends. I think they recommend that you go with a ranger-led tour if it's your first time, but they're not doing the ranger-led tour because of COVID right now. So, and I think just because I'm by myself and I know how maze-like it is, I'm a little nervous. But if I can do it, you can do it. So be inspired. Unless you never see this footage, then apparently I got lost. Alright, I'll see you at the trailhead. I just have to say that landscape over there literally looks like bad CGI. It does not look real at all. Oh my gosh, that is so crazy. Wow. Within Fiery Furnace, you'll find arrows pointing along the main loop in case you need guidance. But getting lost is half the fun. Some arrows are easy to spot, while others, like this one, are pretty hidden to maintain the mystery of the maze. Alright, arrows pointing that way. I'm gonna veer off track just a little bit for the first time. This is a fun little view at the end of this dead end. Well, let's go back. looks like the way, but this is in fact the way. Oh. Alright, so we just came through this canyon and moving forward. So the canyon we came from is just that way. I was wondering if we want to go this way or this way, but I found a little arrow, so we're going this way. Following this lovely sandy wash. I see another arrow. Wow. Oh my goodness. So this is where I am. This is where the arrow says to go. I'm gonna follow this dead end. I was just tipped off that there's something cool. So let's go see. I didn't see anything. Backtracked a little. No, I'm on a different path. I think it might be up here. Oh. There's an arrow. Here. And I totally missed these nicely carved stairs. Okay. What? Wow. So that's where we came from originally. The canyon I went down is down there. Dead end is that way. Now we're going here. Which way? Which way? Anytime I feel lost, there's an arrow. So we're going this way. Oh. I'm in the heart of the maze now. I think this is the trail. Oh, I see people. We're off to a good start. Alright, purely based on the fact that there are other people here, I'm assuming this is the trail. So that's where I came from. I'm thinking those people just went through there. You can probably see their heads. But it looks like this might be it. So I'm gonna check this out first. Looks promising. Okay. I'm in a tight squeeze. Okay, I think I can climb up and out of here. Well, this is a dead end of about 20 feet drop. We backtrack. We survived with some slightly sketchy backtracking, and we made it. We're on the path. Oh my gosh, look at this. Absolute beauty. Alright, so coming up this way, it really looks like this has got to be the path. And yet, this is the path. But I'm gonna go this way. I mean, wow. What an awesome view. Alright, now let's go take the right path. This is how you twist your ankle. Definitely goes that way. Let's see. Quite frankly, any of these could be the path. I haven't seen an arrow yet. Let's try door number one. While possible, I'm pretty sure this isn't the path. So let's try door number two. Door number two Okay, this has to be it. But first, check these out. Whoa. Wow. I would not have found this part of the path from here. The dirt kind of goes that way, but you have to climb over this big honker. So thankfully there was an arrow. You must obtain a permit online at recreation.gov to visit Fiery Furnace. These can be reserved between 2 and 7 days in advance of your visit. You'll need to watch an educational video about the area before you'll be given your physical permit. This can be done the day of or the day before your permit date at the Arch's Visitor Center. Keep an eye out for dead-end signs like this one when you're hiking, as they'll often lead curious explorers to hidden sites. Wow, so that's where we came through. Here's the dead end sign. Surprise Arch is down that way. And this is where we're going. Follow this little arrow. Over here. There's an arrow I see over there. But first, look at this beautiful tree. Wow. These trees are so freaking beautiful. I didn't even get lost, really. Okay, maybe a couple times, but not that bad. 10 out of 10. Fiery Furnace was my favorite hike in the entire park, so if you get the chance, I definitely recommend adding it to your Arch's itinerary. It's just about 1 o'clock now. Fiery Furnace took me a little less than 2 hours actually, which was amazing. So I think I have enough time to do Devil's Garden, which is the parking lot that I'm in. It is packed, but it's supposed to take around 4 hours according to my pre-trip research. So I think I definitely have enough time, and then maybe I can hit up some of the other viewpoints on the way out, and then I'll be done. So it didn't take as long as I expected. Really good. I think I'll have enough time to hit everything today. All right, Devil's Garden. That's crazy. This arch. There's a couple over there. Wow. So this is the biggest arch in the park. Over 300 feet across. Partition and Navajo Arches. Okay, so Partition Arch had a huge group of people, but now I'm on my way to Navajo Arch. These are two little offshoots from the main loop. Alright. Navajo Arch. Oh my god, the most beautiful trees. Wow. Cool. There are several shorter trails that can be done within the Devil's Garden area. These will take you to famous arches and different rock structures, but if you want to do the entire loop, including all of the offshoots, the total distance is going to rack up to 7.9 miles. Pretty incredible. Whoa. Lots of large groups though. Not my fave. Alright. A loud group is behind me. That took me an hour and 10 minutes to get to the Double O Arch. Ta-da! Alright. That's about half of the loop. Ooh. Okay, last little offshoot. Adds a mile. So I think I missed the Dark Angel turnoff somehow. I swear swear I just saw a sign for it and followed the arrow. It said half a mile. But according to Google Maps, I'm on the loop still, so I don't know where I went wrong. But yeah, that's alright. That was actually slightly confusing. But we've made it. And whoa. First park I've been to where the trails go up these big old rocks like this. So cool. Alright, heading back toward the main primitive trail loop so that I can finish out Devil's Garden. I still gotta find some place to eat. I packed so much food and snacks for Fiery Furnace, and now it's like 2:30 or something, maybe a little after that, and I still have not eaten those snacks, but I have them with me. It's getting cold and cloudy, but we're getting closer to the end. Thank goodness for these arrows, because this is actually so confusing. Looks like the trail goes that way. You would not think, probably, to go over this, but that little cairn tells me this is the right way. Uh-oh. I saw this storm in the distance over there, and it has reached us. It is kind of coming down with snow, and I'm getting tired. So I think I'm a bit more than halfway through the second side of the primitive trail loop. There were actually some spots that were tricky to follow or tricky to get through. So I kept seeing areas that looked way more like a trail than the actual trail. So thankfully there were a lot of arrows pointing you in the right direction. But I kept like looking and thinking, okay, there's no way that's the actual trail, because there's no way the MPS would tell all these people to go that way. And of course there are warnings that it's a primitive trail, but yeah, it was a little more technical than I expected, which is cool. It was super fun, definitely doable, and many kudos to the families that come with small children, or the adults that come with their parents, or the elderly that come by themselves. Why do I always get spooked when I think there's someone on the trail while watching me vlog? Okay. Man, this part has been all uphill in this like sandy trail. Really reminds me of backpacking in Arizona. I'll put it in the cards. But I know my shoes and socks are gonna be filled with red sand by the time I'm back to my car. This is one of those can't wait to be back at the parking lot trails. I feel like the first half, the left side from the parking lot, was much more interesting and a lot nicer views. Now that I'm on the second side, I don't feel like there's a lot to see, and kind of just ready to be back at my car, honestly. But oh well. Alright, see you there. This bird has been watching me empty the sand out of my socks and shoes. Everyone knows I'm a birder. If you enjoyed this video, hit the subscribe button below to catch the rest of my Utah road trip. The next video will cover the rest of Arches National Park and my favorite easy hikes. I'll also be sharing an incredible state park that you have to add to your Mighty 5 road trip. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.